Hello, and welcome to the 2015 Buttfumble Bicycle Club Draft Lottery. As always, I am your trusted commissioner, Bryan Wilkin, bringing you here today for a wonderful first-time event we have in store. We've done it in similar leagues that I've run in basketball, but this is the first time it's coming to the gridiron. What we got is a draft lottery from the non-playoff teams. But first off, let's recap how the playoffs went out. Of course, we had Jackie beat Justin in the championship game, so because of that, Jackie is picking 10th, Justin is picking 9th in the upcoming draft. In the consolation match, Trenton defeated Bryan, which means Trenton is picking 8th and Bryan is picking 7th. For those of you who are not familiar with our basketball league or not in it, how we do it is we kind of make draft odds like they do in the NHL, NBA, kind of weight them like that based off record and standings, which I guess going back through the standings, we've named the top four. Kent finished 5th in the league. Travis finished 6th. Then we had a three-way tie for 7th between myself, Tim, and Cody. I guess I won the tiebreaker of having the worst pick, or worst odds, having the 4th best odds for the number 1 pick. Cody 3rd, Tim 2nd, and then Emerson has a 34% chance to claim that number 1 pick. I hate you. Welcome back from that brief break, brought to you by my cat, because he's an asshole and decided it'd be a really smart idea to come knock over my phone. But to pick up where we left off, as I was saying, Emerson has a 34% chance of the number 1 pick, and just going down the line for the sake of transparency, Tim has a 26% chance, Cody 20, me 12, Travis 6, and Kemp 2. And because we are picking downward from 6 to 1, kind of had to reverse that a little bit. So for instance, Kemp has 34 names in my little coffee mug that I have, giving him the best odds of having his name drawn earlier. So he's 6, he has the most chances to get picked 6. That goes all the way down the same numbers, Travis 26, all the way down to Emerson, who's bringing up the rear. Emerson's favorite place, I have on good authority, with 2 names in the cup. So kind of works out like that. And as we all know, Emerson, it's been a struggle for him. He went 3-9 this past year. Started off a couple of nice wins, and it just derailed on him. It fell apart, and it's really just a microcosm of many things in his life, honestly. And I mean, we kind of feel bad for him, at the same time we hope he continues sucking, because it's pretty fucking hilarious. But without too much ado and ruining Emerson's life, let's go and do the draw. Again, we are starting with number 6. Here's the coffee mug. Let me shake it up real good. Draw from here so you guys can see I'm not cheating. The number 6 pick in the 2015 Buttfumble Bicycle Club draft is Adam Kemp. And yes, these names are backwards, but I believe in you guys. I believe in you. Adam Kemp, of course, he was slotted to have the 6th pick without the lottery. He lands there, so not too much different for him. Moving on, the number 5 pick. Again, if we didn't have a lottery, it would be Travis. But with the lottery, it is Mr. Stavenhagen. Cody is going to be pretty upset about that. He was projected to get the number 3 pick. Lottery got him stuck at number 5. Let's go on. Number 4. This would be my pick in a traditional system. See how that plays out. The number 4 pick. It's another Kemp name, so shake this up good again and redraw. And the number 4 pick, our friend Travis Willman, the king of the Kips. I tell you what, Travis, he is, I heard from league sources today, Travis is in. He's committed to this league this year. We know he had some problems last year. He was in a few too many leagues, but he told us, or told one of our representatives, that this is a league he wants to be in. He's going to commit to it, and he's going to make a hell of a effort to build his team back up, and while having the number 4 pick, that's a good way to do it. So moving on, the number 3 pick, who we have left are still Emerson, Tim, and Brandon. So moving on to number 3 that's another Kemp name. Redraw, I'm not cheating. Number 3 pick, yours truly, Again, I was slotted to pick a fourth traditional system, move up one spot in the lottery. I typically don't like picking that high. I like to be in the middle of the round, but whatever. We'll see. Make the best of it. Maybe make some trades. You guys know me. Anyway, moving on, number 2 spot. We are down between Tim and Emerson, which is the way it was traditionally. That's another Brandon. I wish I was picking second. That's another Travis. It's another Kemp. Oh my God. That's another Brandon. That's another Kemp. It's me again. Travis again. Jesus fucking Christ. Do not have this much time in my life. Kemp again. Again, guys, we're still looking here for the number 2 pick in the draft. Really exciting season we had last year. Jackie taking on Justin in the championship. Those were 2 of our worst teams the year before. Nice, impressive turnaround. Get good parity in the league. Of course, I was the champion the year before. Missed the playoffs entirely this year. But here we go. Number 2 pick, Jared Emerson. Which means the number 1 pick in the Buttfumble Bicycle Club 2015 draft is Mr. Tim Aarons. Be interesting to see what he does. Players, I believe he still kept Adrian Peterson on his roster all season. Be interesting to see if he uses a keeper on him. Got some other interesting names. Colin Kaepernick, who knows whether he's going to want to go forward with that or take a different route. But, I mean, he's got a lot of options. Hear a lot of trade offers for that number 1 pick, I'm sure. So it's just a great place to be in. And, this lottery went, mostly by the book. But there's a few turnarounds. Tim and Emerson. Travis picking up high where he was. So there were some surprises. But let's bring in correspondent Bryan Urbach is here to talk about what surprised him most from this lottery. Bryan?
Thanks, Commissioner Brandon. I'm here in the studio. Looking back at these draft results, there are some surprises. With Kemp getting the number 6 pick, that was kind of expected. Definitely getting the number 1 pick for Tim is interesting because he seemed to have lost interest for the last 4 months last month of the season. But a team you got to look out for is at the number 4 pick, Travis. He had a great year last year. He just didn't play his team. So look out for him as a sleeper pick this year.
I agree. It's a really good point. So looking ahead, again, obviously Tim has the number 1 pick. Had kind of an up-and-down season. He contended early, finished off 4-8. He was a playoff team the year before, lost in the first round if I recall correctly. What exactly, I mean, obviously his keepers aren't set, but what direction do you think Tim needs to go with this number 1 overall pick?
As far as the number 1 pick goes, Tim had a really shitty team last year, and that's why he sucked. So I can understand why he gave up for the last month of the season. For the number 1 pick, though, we're going to have a new 2 QB league, so he may want to go quarterback with this pick. I don't know. Most likely not, though. He'll probably just end up keeping Adrian Peterson or something because he'll most likely be on the team. He'll either do that or he will pick a running back because that's his, thought philosophy. Okay, back to you.
Thanks, Brian. It'll be interesting to see if he takes your advice. Again, obviously, it's still February right now. We still got a long way to go. I believe we'll be drafting in August or something. So there's still a lot of time before that happens. But, in the meantime, we do allow, you can trade draft picks. You can trade only your keepers. So that means, you have to set your 2 keepers ahead of time. If you trade one of them, you have to keep the player you get in return. If you trade straight up for a pick, you forfeit that second keeper. You cannot change to someone else on your roster. It has to be set in stone, no changing. Just to make sure people aren't trading off their best players, get keepers, and just kind of switching all that around, cheating the system. But go ahead and set your keepers whenever you get the chance. Set your trading block you want, tell people what you'll take for your keepers, that type of thing, what picks you're willing to get rid of. And hopefully we can get this ball rolling. Hopefully we have all the rest 9 of you outside of me come back next year and just continue to kick Emerson's ass because I think it's a lot of fun. So, adios.
nothing is complete without an Emerson joke. So how about the fact that he had the number 1 odds of getting the first pick and he didn't?